All right, we're going to give our praise, honor, and glory, honor to Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shabbat, Shem Kakudash. I'm going to give double honor to the apostle, GMS, that rose well. Peace, blessings, salutation to your Akim out there, pushing forth this truth and sincerity. And you Aqua tuning in, you Israelite fronters that are scattered, that is tuning in as well. And this is Shaquak Rob from GMS, Virginia. And I'm pretty much going to speak on the housing situation. It's funny because me and a couple other people were just talking about this, and meant to do this a couple of days back, but finally got around to do it. Goes into the housing market, and going into how much houses were back in the day, and to now, it was outrageous. It's crazy. I'm gonna just go ahead and read it. It said, Richmond is on fire. New assessments show average Richmond home value leaped 13.7%. See where property values are rising the most. So the average value of a home in Richmond rose 13.7% in the past year, according to new assessments conducted by Richmond Assessor's Office. And again, they're gentrifying the hell out of Richmond. I tell Jakes, and one thing about the Richmond, bunch of ignorant. Well, Jake ignorant everywhere, but I always, how Jake, we get, certain Jakes, that somewhat, know about a few things. You get to talking, and we speak on different things about Jake and what Esau's doing. And certain people make comparisons of what they've been. They tell you a travel man is experienced. So pretty much we go ask each other like, yo, what's the worst city you've been that had the worst, like Jakes, niggas and so forth, and then it says here in Virginia, Richmond. And majority of these homes in Richmond is, they're the only Jakes you really see in Richmond is grandparents that had bought their homes when it was like maybe what, $40,000, $30,000, $50,000. It's funny as how the brother Elder Ward came out here. Cause me and him always be talking. I was like, yo, I was like, yo, how much you think that shoebox is right there? He was like, what, 40, 50,000? I said, nah, man. Go ahead and put 200,000 more on that. He was like, man, god damn. And pretty much what I'm going into is, Richmond is they're gentrifying, and what they're doing here in Virginia, you have taxes here, so it does. If you add on to your house, it goes up. So saving for one thing, Esau wants to jack up the housing market around the area. Say for instance, your house was only $50,000. What Esau would do is he'll gentrify the area. So he'll knock up the housing market value around the neighborhood. So now the houses cost $300,000 or $400,000. Now, I think according to Virginia, every $100,000 you had to pay is like $1,000 something every year. So pretty much roughly, what I'm gonna say is, if they jacking up housing value to $300,000, $400,000, that's how much you got to pay on personal property tax for your house a year. Now, just say you get behind that on 2-3 years, you lost your fucking house. Unless you giving up, you can come up with what, $9,000, $10,000, $11,000. And that's how that's how East. And then, see, I'm gonna read it. It tells you that if you're older, elderly, you can get in this tax program bullshit, whatever. But say for instance, you leave it to your a family member, and that's another thing. Jake has been ripped, meaning their minds have been ripped apart, set for destruction. So Jake don't know, the housing, the family, the family lived in secrecy. The grandma, big mama, whatever, grandpa, he ain't tell. Just everybody has become selfish, and pretty much Jay got that attitude now, man. If I die, fuck it, I don't give a damn. Fuck this house. I'm dead, whatever. So they'll just die out. They didn't tell nobody about the will or how to run the house, how much they're paying, and so forth. Because again, due to the curse, Jake is fucked up, man. And the hatred that we have for each other is fucked up, man. But pretty much what I'm saying is slocky for the rant. But I'm just speaking on the society, and the curses. And the thing about it is what they do, if that family member die, grandparents die, the next in charge, they have to pay that full tax rate. So even housing insurance can run you about $1,000 a year. So again, you add that on to your personal property taxes, and that can eat you alive. And see, if you own the house, and that's what I'm saying, if you own the house, you pay personal property taxes. Now, I think if you buy another house, if you buy a house now, I think they add on the personal property taxes to you, whatever how they do it. But it's still going to be high as hell. And it's hard to even buy a house here in Virginia. Because like I said, these houses shoot, and then you ask yourself, like, why the fuck am I buying houses? You still see crackheads, meth heads, heroin addicts, you go be around, racist ass Edomites, shoe boxes, and there's really nothing to do out here. You hear gunshots and so forth, man. And you think about it, like, why the fuck am I paying 300, 400,000 for, and then you got a bunch of nitpickers out here. They nitpick off of, dumb shit. You got neighborhood shit codes, and, people is on edge out here. But, that's what they do. The next generation getting in the house and they can't pay that shit. Then Esau just takes it. So then another Edomite, they'll buy it, fix it up, and jack up the price, and there you go, 300,000, 400,000. Because a lot of these houses out here in Richmond, they are, they're big. You can fit roughly, a good 2-3 families in there. And the thing about it, one time Jake used to live like that, but now, again, Jake is in a self-destruction mindset. Jake don't give a damn about no family. The women and the men is at odds and so forth. So it says, citywide, the increase means the average homeowner will owe $456 more in real estate taxes to the city next year when bills are due. Richmond is on fire, said Richie McKeithen. The city assessor is being eaten up by folks coming to town. The city mailed new assessments to property owners last week. Cumulatively, they reflect more than $3.6 billion in new taxable real estate value citywide, a 12.9% increase from last year. According to data provided by the assessor's office, that far surpasses the highest year-over-year gain of the last decade, when values rose 7.3% between 2018 and 2019. These motherfuckers are greedy. The region's real estate market has seen sales prices soar through the pandemic, with the lowest interest rates for mortgages and a dearth of inventory for prospective home buyers. Bidding wars and sales exceeding the sellers' original asking price have become commonplace. That in turn influences the way the city property assessors assign values to homes in a given neighborhood or area. As sales prices rise, home assessments climb too, McKeithen said. The 2021 median sales prices in the Richmond area during the first 3 months of the year was 310 and up, 16% or 42,500 from a year ago. Yeah, I'm telling you, if you talk to Jake out here, Jake, see, this shit is fucked up out here. From people who know Richmond, how fucked up it used to be, how bad it was, and then how you say it, how, divided, segregated, Edomites over there, and they don't even, they just made out of they just made a bus terminal go the Edomite section part of town. It's not even the Edomite section part anymore. It's more Northern Kingdom now. Esau leaving the area and so forth, and they're pushing. Basically, what I'm saying, they're pushing Judah out. You got a lot of Northern Kingdom moving down here, whatever, moving in, taking certain spots. But the thing about it is, it's Jake realized like, it's getting bad out here, and what they're doing is you Jakes, you Judites, and so-called blacks and Hispanics. They're through, and pretty much what they're doing is they're pushing them out, and again, people that know Richmond, you Jakes are through. Your time is up. It says from a year ago. Let me see. It was the largest median price increase in 5 years, and the city of Richmond saw the largest year-over-year jump, with home prices rising by 24%, or 58 to 300. God damn. Again, you used to be able to buy a house for $58,000, but now houses are between $300,000 and $500,000 now. But this is just saying the rising price of 24% of the jump. But thing about it is, here in Richmond, even in the nice areas, Chesterfield, you got Colonial Heights, Goochland Country, some parts of Northern Virginia. It's Northern Virginia. You got homes for damn near $1 million, and you still in the city, so forth. But it says an influx of new residents from outside the region had also played a role. McKeithen said, even as prices have spiked in Richmond compared to what they historically have been, prospective residents from places that are even priced view the city as relatively affordable. Yeah, because they don't know really the history of Richmond. He said those dynamics have fueled population growth and reinvestment, and by extension, rising assessments in the neighborhoods across the city. Yeah, because certain parts of Richmond, it does look like D.C. So what folks are doing is going into neighborhoods and buying properties and resetting the market literally month to month. He said, let me see. He added later, the fact that developers are coming in buying up lots is driving up land values for everybody. Never before has there been such a degree of profit for building something here. Yeah, because Richmond was ran down. Anybody knows Richmond is, drugs and so forth. But it says areas throughout the city saw hefty gains. The lowest average home values of about $90,000 are in the Whitcomb neighborhood in the East End, in the highest average values at 1 million are on Monument Avenue. Monument Avenue look like Brooklyn. If everybody been to Brooklyn, that's what Monument Avenue look like. And I'm just giving you a roughly a guess of what it looks like. And yes, those little homes there look like brownstones, and they cost about $100 million. No, I mean Slocky, $1 million. And here it is, like I said, this what it says, the lowest average home values and these are shoe boxes. Literally shoe boxes, little ass ranches, maybe about like 700 square feet, $90,000, and like I said, you can still see a bunch of niggas and hear gunshots. Rent is crazy out here. Rent, to live even in the outskirts of the Richmond, you're paying about $2,000, $2,500. And again, that's not including water, electricity, your car payment, and so forth, and food. And how I'm gonna say is this, man. Richmond is very divided. You don't really see too many couples together. So pretty much what I'm saying is, Jakes are through. And this is pretty much what they're doing all around. But what made me point this out is we were just speaking about this in the gym about housing market, because you talk to Jakes, but like, yeah, I'm trying to find a crib, but shit is just so high, and Jake's literally be like, yo, why do I even want to pay this? It's nothing here. It says historically black neighborhoods. Here you go. Historically black neighborhoods in South Richmond have seen some of the biggest percentage increases for the third consecutive year. Well, now is South Richmond is nothing but Northern Kingdom. And you got like a small percentage in certain areas in where Judah is, but you still have Northern Kingdom there. It says, and I'm gonna tell you something too. Northern Kingdom feeling it too, because you see a lot of Northern Kingdom women. They're doing landscaping and doing construction work now. And one thing I never used to see with Northern Kingdom women, brother know what I mean. I never used to see as much angry Northern Kingdom women as I've seen before lately. Meaning, you used to see Judah women with that angry look. Now you see a lot of Northern Kingdom women with that angry look. Why? Because they feeling it now. See, they thought America was the land of gold, but now they're seeing what the shit that they've done to Judah for years, centuries, since they've been over here, since they brought them over here. Yeah, Northern Kingdom forgot. It says in Blackwell, Oak Grove, Belmead, and Swansboro, values rose more than 30%. See again, so I'm gonna keep going. Sylvia Maryland, a retired city employee who lives in Blackwell neighborhood, said her assessment increased by 41% from 179,000 to 253. And again, so her home taxes from 180, but 190, 80, whatever. She's probably paying about 25, almost. She's probably paying almost about 2,500 a year in personal property taxes. Then you put homeowners insurance. So since that's a jump. Now she has to pay about 3,000. Yeah, she got to pay about 3,000 now, and then homeowners insurance, which will probably bump it up to about 4,000. So yeah, she's feeling it. And see, then you got the narrative that you can do all this do all this alone by yourself. And like I said, see, Jake is not a family unit no more. They don't look at it as all of us gonna live here in this house, then we may try to gain another house or so forth. Just don't, just saying, But again, Jake has been taught they can do all this by themselves. But see, a lot of Jakes, another reason why I make this video is a lot of Jakes is about to see and realize you've been lied to, man. That's why the scripture say, woe to you that put trust in men, and woe to you that trust in the shadow of Egypt, man. Because it's about to be to your demise. And even going into second Esdras, with 4 and 5 to what has our family gotten us, man. It says, yeah, this is really what I wanted right here. It says, she says she's unsure that will affect her monthly mortgage payments, but is worried since she lives on a fixed income and is the primary caregiver for her disabled 40-year-old son who lives at home with her. So yeah. Me and Elder Ward talked about how they they do you with taxes. You got to pay personal property tax on your car every year, and like I said, food is high as hell. The water bill in Richmond is high as hell. That shit comes every month, and that damn water bill, and I don't give a damn if you don't even use the water. You can pretty much look forward to seeing something over $200. Let me see. Yeah, a lot of people, and that's the thing, a lot of people here in Richmond, they lived on a fixed income. Why? Because, see, Richmond back in the day was cheap. I'm not trying to sit here and say Richmond was the worst, whatever. I mean, it's a fucked up city. It was a fucked up city. they're making it look like DC, but I mean, you had, basically what I'm saying, man. The reason from where they used to be to they jacking up these prices to now, it, it's like it's pointless to even pay this shit. Like, why the fuck am I? Why would I even pay for this? And it's like it's not. It's literally Richmond is basically what I'm saying. Richmond is not like New York. It don't got subways. It don't got a 24-hour bus system. It doesn't have many 24-hour spots. So basically, what I'm saying is they're jacking up all this rent, and it's not a balance in it. So it says, I haven't sat down to think about it yet. I'm just so doggone mad. Maryland said it's outrageous. So City Councilwoman Reva Tremel, who represents a swath of South Richmond, said she was already receiving phone calls from residents upset about significantly higher assessments. She advised elderly residents, look at that. And again, majority of homeowners in Richmond are elders. I mean 60-year-old, 70-year-old women and men that had bought these homes when they was like $30,000, $40,000, and they're paid. And it's paid for, but they got to pay them goddamn taxes. But it says she advised elderly residents to apply for the city's tax relief program, and that's nothing but bullshit. That's just another. If you get behind, they'll take your goddamn house. For people who are disabled or 65 and older, who made less than $60,000 in the previous tax year and have less than $350,000 in assets. The program offers either a full waiver or partial exemption on an applicant's tax bill based on income. So basically, just like it says, what, 253,000 now, that would be about roughly, what I said, about 3,000. She had to pay 1,500, and then with the homeowner's insurance being $1,000 a year, it cuts that in half. So it'd be $500. So she'll be looking to roughly pay about $1,750 or $2,000 maybe. I'm not the best at math, so bear with me. Yes, so Tramiel added that she thinks the city's tax rate of $120 per 100 of excess value is too high. It's the highest of anywhere in this area. I know we had a lot of growth and that our population is increasing, but you still got to take into consideration the seniors who are all over the city. That's who own the houses left. Don't no young Jakes own no house in the city, and they're doing that for a reason. Nothing but Edomites live in goddamn Richmond now. You go to the north side, you go to the east end. I'm not gonna lie, these things would be rough. Ain't nothing but Edomites now. Nothing but Edomites. He said we need to look after the people who can't pay it. While Chamel says she wants to push the council to lower the real estate tax rate, one of her colleagues proposed another idea. Look at that. Under the city's existing program, a homeowner must improve the value of their property by a certain percentage in order to reap future tax relief of the improved value, a barrier of entry for those with modest means. So pretty much you gotta gut out your house and redo it and bump it up to suitable tax to basically, if your house look like a goddamn $30,000, $40,000 house, well, they ain't gonna help you. You gotta fix it up, gut it out, redo everything, and put it up in this range, the $253 range. So so they can put your tax up, So, if you get behind them payments, they kick your ass out and they can just resell it. It says, when you look at our program now, you need a certain amount of cash. Let me, because I'm not gonna read all. I'm not gonna read all this. That's it. I'm gonna bring a couple of scriptures and I'm gonna end it. Woe to them. Because again, man, when you come to Richmond, you come to Richmond, man, and you get amongst these Jakes, and these niggas are ignorant, man, and even you go to even the country areas are getting hot. Everything in Virginia is getting hot. You talk to Jakes, you go to these little towns and where Jake is at, nothing but some ghetto ass, wannabe ghetto ass niggas. You ask yourself, so see shit going up, what are you gonna do? Jake got the, I know a lot of because the niggas in Richmond, a lot of them predominantly just live with their grandmas. Their grandmas own the house. Their mom might live there. The children might live there. So it might be a whole household of 8. But the thing about it is, what's crazy about it, none of them niggas in the house is doing nothing. A bunch of useless, able bodies. Basically what I'm saying is, you ain't got none of them niggas that trying to work, get themselves better, so if something happens to their grandmother, they can take over the house or whatever. They can't be trusted, so don't nobody talk about, the finances or the upkeep of the home. Pretty much the home just goes to waste. And what happens is when Big Mama die or grandpops die, everybody get thrown the fuck out. You try to tell these, you tell Jake, and the thing about it, Jake is so proud. You can't tell these niggas nothing, man. You can't tell, you look at Northern Kingdom, you talk to these niggas, man, and you can't put nothing in them. Northern Kingdom think they good, they think they can't get deported. You sit there, you're like, yo, your dad, your mom can get deported. I mean, what the fuck you gonna do, man? It's Jake is through. It says, Isaiah 31:1, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong. But they look not to the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. Yet he also is wise and will bring evil and will not call back his words, but will arise against the house of evildoers and against him that work iniquity. Damn it, real quick. Yeah, cause Jake, Jeremiah 17:5, thus saith the Lord, cursed be the man that trusteth in man and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departed from the Lord. And that's what has happened to you Jakes, man. Because what's about to come upon you Jakes, man, then you Jakes gonna feel the wrath very soon. Cause you niggas is proud, man. Can't tell you nothing. There's a scripture that says, if you can't understand the carnal thing, how can you understand the spiritual things? You try to talk to these niggas about, your living situation, your by means just trying to get by until the Lord comes back. You can't talk to niggas about that, man. Niggas think they got it. Jake don't know about no goddamn credit. Jake don't know how to use money. Jake don't know how to, Jake don't know how to do not a goddamn thing, man. It's so many ways, it's so many things that Jake is lacking. Jake, I remember one Jake, his older Jake, he was like, how the way he used to buy homes is, Esau can basically will grant you the money or fund you the money, and he can do some, he can do something as he can just use that as a tax write-off. So there's a lot of so-called white holes and loops that Esau has. So you Jakes, you don't you're not equipped to even live in this society. And Jake think that they got it. Jake is proud. They're arrogant. Hey, that scripture, men shall be lovers of themselves. That's really have been in my mind, lately, because these women, they think they can do it all on they self. These men, they you just sitting there and think, it's all about just getting money, 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 and you ain't you don't think about no unity. You don't think and men, you so-called black men, y'all been taught to hate each other and you can't trust one another and so forth. So y'all got a chip in your shoulder. Now y'all look at each other and say, man, fuck that nigga looking at old bitch ass nigga. And that's the mindset of Jake's. That's why when destruction and the famine come, you're through, Jake. Yeah, again, everybody been taught move here, move here, move that, move this, move that, move this. When I get my shit, fuck y'all niggas and fuck my mama, my daddy, my cousin, my sister, my brother, and so when all hell break loose, when you lose that job, see that's why Jake is gonna give in. Why? Because you don't have nothing else. I say this a lot. You Jakes have burnt your bridges to a lot of people, just like you women. You women had a lot of men, good men. But you broke that bridge. You crossed the line. So ain't no going back. And you Jakes, you men, you just Jake in general. You done your parents wrong. You done your family members wrong. You done each other wrong. You done your people that you call your friend wrong. You know? Everybody just trying to get over on the next person so they can seem like they getting ahead and further. And y'all all sitting here fucked up together as a whole nation, but everybody, you're one nation, but everybody think they're separate and different. But you're gonna see that when Esau really comes down as a flood. Jeremiah 17:5, thus said the Lord, cursed be the man that trusteth in man and make a flesh his arm, and whose heart departed from the Lord. And that's you Jakes, man. For he shall be like the heath in the desert, and shall not see when good cometh, but shall inhabit the parched places in the wilderness, in a salt land and not inhabited. So again, you Jakes, when all hell break loose, man, you Jakes gonna be through. Through. What you find in the desert? Nothing. And that's gonna be you Jakes, nothing. You ain't gonna have not a goddamn thing. So it's gonna be easy for Esau to put you in a concentration camp. It's gonna be so much easier for you niggas to fold, give in, get the stuff that Esau wants to put in you, the MOTB, the object that Esau wants to put in you to track you. It's just gonna be so much easier, you know. Our people don't know how to. They don't have the necessities to live. Why? Because going into the scripture, men shall be lovers of themselves. And due to what Esau has done to our people, broke us down as a nation, took our minds from us and then flip it back on us of destruction, and then but have reverence for him, you niggas gonna die. It's a blessed the man that trusteth in the Lord, whose hope the Lord is. For he shall be as a tree planted by the waters, and that spreadeth out her roots by the river, and shall not see when heat cometh. See, that's why, the Lord's word, we are those men. We're going to be protected. Why? Because at the end of the day, one thing that nobody can say about us is that we crossed anybody. They can't speak no guile on us. But see, you niggas out there in the world, you women, there's so much things that somebody can say about you, man. Why? Because you're dirty, your heart is wicked, your mind is through, your mind is full of snares and traps. You're thinking about yourself. So it doesn't matter what, you don't care about, you don't look towards the future. You don't see the heat coming. The heat meaning Esau's wrath. Well, really the Lord's wrath, man. But Yahweh is about to allow Esau to turn up the heat. And you're gonna, when Esau comes down, hey, you're gonna see how you think Esau was your friend, but hey, the table's gonna turn. It says, but her leaf shall be green, and shall not be careful in the year of drought, neither shall cease from yielding fruit. And it's going to happen. You know, the prophet's going to be taken care of in a drought, and it's going to be a drought. It's going to be it's like a serious one. Daniel 12 and 10. And you see that if Esau is willing. Let's see what it says. Oh, let me see that. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, those times coming. Hold on. Matthew 24:21. It says, "For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world, to this time, no, nor ever shall be." So there's going to be a lot of, destruction and famine. Hey, the brother, I forgot which brother it was, but pretty much he made a, I think it was a brother in the Cali. Forgot his name. I think it's GMS Inspiration, but he pretty much brought out an article how when Rome really persecuted Jakes in Rome, which was our people, the Jews, which was Southern Kingdom, consisted of Southern Kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. It got so bad that a woman ate her damn child, and that's what's about to happen again. Why? Because our people took no consideration, and again, they didn't hear the prophets, which the Lord sent out there to warn our people, and you didn't put on that spiritual armor to protect you in that day. Bear with me, I'm trying to put it down. I hear it. Here it is. Daniel 12:1, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And the angels are going to protect us, man. The Lord is ultimately going to protect those that has been laboring, having faith, hope, trusting, and leaning upon Yahweh Shah. Giving their ears to wise counsels, and this yearning and waiting for the Lord, doing what they have to do to try to take care of what they can, in this captivity until that day where the Lord, our power, Yahweh Shah, rises up to the prey, which is Esau and other nations, which is our enemies. It says, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. So, that's going to be the elect. And again, bad times are coming. Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. And the thing about it is, it's gonna be so much easier, and that's the thing, man. It's gonna be so much. It's gonna be so easy for Esau to set narrators and false accusations on you people anyway. Why? Because you pretty much took upon the whole lies and deceit that Esau put out there. You listen to that thug culture, the diva, the bad bitch. I'm a diva. I'm a hustler. I'm a nigga. I'm a G. I'm a thug, and so forth. So, Esau said, you know what? Yeah, we gotta, come in and redo the city. Look at those undesirables and untouchables. Look at those niggers. Oh my God, do you see what their neighborhood has become? But then, when you really look at why it was thus, it's because Esau did it. Esau was the man, pretty much, that was when you look at the puppet show, how he's controlled by the strings. Esau was the man, the puppeteer, who controlled you Jakes into turning you niggas into complete destruction, monsters, terrorists amongst your own neighborhoods, destroy them, put the property value down, and then they come in and take it and knock your ass out, throw you out there, and oh, you were coming in to redo and make the city better. And they come in with this really, and they really believe this mindset. When Esau come in, they really do believe in his mindset, man. I'm here to help, and these niggas gotta go. But again, man, like the scripture says, it shall be men as women. Men, women. You're gonna see women in travail. Men gonna be in fetal positions, folded, screaming. Like I said, man, if you don't have the Lord with you in these days, hey, you're through. You're done. There's no hope for you. Slocky for a long rant, but pretty much, man, hey, what the hell is it? But yeah, this is right here, man. It's just crazy. I was just talking about it. I've been talking about this lately. And it was funny how, I stumbled across this 12 hours ago. Hold on. It was August 30th. Yep, it's the second. No, it's the first now. So, a couple of days ago, and I'm telling you, soon I was talking about this in the gym, put in my phone, and bam, this came up, man. And, and that's pretty much it. Lord's will y'all will edify. That's